Hi, and good evening. Nearly a month now after a man's death in the lobby of the Dallas County Jail, the sheriff has released surveillance video.
Sheriff's deputies say Joseph Hutchison parked his truck in the crosswalk in front of the jail. He then ran into the lobby where witnesses say he was yelling that his wife was trying to hurt him.
Fox 4 News has learned the medical examiner's office is ruling Joseph Hutchison's death as a homicide. This video from the public lobby of the Lew Sterrett Justice Center. We've highlighted 49-year-old Joseph Hutchison as he walks into the building August 1st. There is no audio, but it is clear his demeanor frightens several people sitting on a bench. Some leave the lobby, others point at him as if something is wrong, and a deputy approaches. Hutchison continues to walk around the lobby, sits down briefly, gets up again, and walks away from the camera with 4 deputies before turning around and quickly hobbling away. About a minute and a half after the first contact with deputies, a single officer tries to sit him down to control him. Seconds later, 2 others join in to help subdue him. A little more than 2 minutes after the struggle, Hutchison goes limp.
New information about a story we broke for you on Wednesday. A woman who says she was repeatedly pepper sprayed by a Montgomery County sergeant.
In September 2016, thanks only to an internal whistleblower leaking information, the people of Dayton got to see the heartbreaking footage of Amber Swank, fixed in a 7-point restraint chair, being pepper sprayed in the face by Sergeant Judith Seeley. The Sheriff's Department had claimed repeatedly that the video didn't exist. In the year between the spraying and the video being made public, Sergeant Seeley wasn't fired, but promoted to captain by Sheriff Phil Plummer. He was more angry that someone had dared to break the blue line and leak the footage than the fact that one of his jailers was engaged in torture that could have turned deadly if the inmate had asthma. No outrage, no worries. Plummer dismissed Seeley's action as an isolated incident. The morning of October 17, 2016, the State Highway Patrol delivered a handcuffed Charles Wade to the Montgomery County Jail, run by Sheriff Plummer. The jailers had been warned that Wade may be a problem, so Plummer's jailers filmed the entire encounter, in addition to the jail's video surveillance system, passing the camera around as they processed Wade in. They shove Wade through the doors into the receiving room, where they search him. When Wade headbutts the wall and the mat on the wall, the sergeant instructs other officers to pin Wade to the ground and get the restraining chair.
My lawyer will know about it.
Okay. All right, we're going in a restraint chair. Let's go ahead and get him up. Let's get him in the chair.
My hands are. I'm not resisting.
All right, roll over.
How do I not resist?
Roll over.
I don't resist. I'm not resisting.
Stand up. Just listen. All right, what's going on? Sit down. Have a seat.
Yes, Sergeant. If you put my hands behind my back, that's causing discomfort, which is cruel and unusual punishment.
Okay.
It's cruel and unusual punishment for you to strap my hands behind my back in a position where I can't move.
They'll be released and put in the arms of the chair here just a second.
Well, we'll see about that, won't we, sir? Look what you do to us niggers, look.
All right, lean forward.
You white people feel good doing this, don't you? Yeah, you do, don't you?
Guys, be careful with those arms.
You have to. You have to, don't you? What the fuck are you fucking...
Let's pause here and look closely. Wade is struggling, complaining that the 4 officers are hurting him as they push his upper body down, applying pressure to his neck, and start to uncuff him. What is the rational response here? Remember, Wade's legs and torso are secured to the chair. His hands are cuffed behind his back. Wade isn't a threat. The officers could simply back away from him and start again. But that would be de-escalation, and that's the last thing Sheriff Plummer's jailers would ever do.
Do it in my hands!
Got it.
Get the fuck off me!
That's enough! Stop resisting! That's enough! Stop resisting! Stay in that position right there. Go ahead.
You good?
Watch the hand, watch the hand.
Pepper spray can be deadly. It wasn't designed to be used at point-blank range as Sergeant Eversole deploys it. And to do it to a restrained person is just sadistic. Speaking of Eversole, when videos like this aren't shared, incident reports are the only source the public can use to evaluate what happened. Reading Eversole's report and then watching the footage we see two very different stories. Eversol's report makes it sound like the period between Wade's left hand being uncuffed and the second burst of pepper spray is an eternity. He says, inmate Wade briefly freed his left hand from the correction officer's efforts to secure him within the emergency restraint chair by surrendering his left arm so it could be secured within the emergency restraint chair. I gave inmate Wade multiple warnings to stop resisting, which he ignored. Therefore, I deployed a secondary burst of OC spray to the facial area of inmate Wade. In review, from when Wade's left hand is freed to the second burst of spray is less than 2 seconds. All Wade does is reach up to cover his mouth from the spray, exactly the same thing his jailers are doing. This automatic reflex to being pepper sprayed is Eversol's justification for a second burst of spray, point blank.
Grab his hand.
Got this side.
Watch that arm.
Got him. You got it.
I can't breathe. 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 Help me, please.
Hang on.
Oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Help me, please.
Here, strap me.
I can't breathe. Help me, please.
Let's get the straps on.
McGill.
I can't breathe.
Don't you even think about it, man.
I just want to breathe.
Get him in the...
Note, one of the jailers has gone Western Bandito on us to protect himself from Eversol's spray play.
Help me, please.
That one?
Help me. I can't breathe.
Thank you. Whoa.
Please, somebody help me.
If you need more evidence that Eversol has no problem pepper spraying inmates, and that what he just did was criminal, watch what follows. Another prisoner is knocking on the glass of his holding cell, and Eversol has no problem threatening him.
You're next! You keep it up! You are next!
But then, I guess this is the more important question. Who is our next sheriff going to be? And will they have a problem with their officers using cruel and unusual punishment?
If my people mistreat you, you can get rid of me, right?
Stand up.
not move. What's your name?
Face the wall.
What's your name?
Stop resisting.
I wasn't.
Yes, you were. Stay right there. Don't move. I need you to be quiet. Quiet. Stay there until we're done. Put her in a wrist lock and twist her wrist until she shuts up and stops crying.
What's your name? What's your name? Oh, fuck! Be quiet. You're gonna break my fucking wrist. Be quiet. Be quiet.
I got it. Stop hurting yourself.
Miss Chavez. Miss Chavez.
Yeah, they're supposed to hurt. Jeez. Yeah. Clearly you need to reconsider your choices in life if this is how you're going to react when you get made.
Got it? Record. Yep, it's recorded.
Today's date is July 21st, 2015. The time is approximately 16:15.
I can't breathe.
What exactly occurred?
You went to jail? I never told you. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Get your hand behind your back. If you don't put your hand behind your back, you're going to be cast. Civil claims is going to be administered.
Here, man. You know, I can't breathe.
Put your hand behind your back. Quit resisting. Get your hands behind your back, Charles. You'll miss your face. Y'all clear. Clear.
I can't breathe.
Put your hands behind your back. You can get it again. Put your hands behind your back. You better quit resisting, sir.
I can't breathe.
We're right outside of medical. If it has been non-compliant, he wouldn't quit resisting. Chemical agent has been administered.
I can't breathe.
There's been a nurse here on site.
I can't breathe, Tony. Please. Please. I got pneumonia.
Let's put on there and sit in the chair. Time is approximately 16:17. We arrived at medical. Put in the chair. Y'all stay right there on it.
I got pneumonia, son. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I'm back over here. I can't breathe.
Triangle.
Please, water. Please.
At this time, I'm letting the...
Oh, God. Please, water. Please. Please. Please, water. Please. I can't breathe.
Do we know his name?
Sammy.
The nurse.
Please.
Hey.
Please.
I'll send him more.
Let's
take him to the shower, get Let's take a shower. I'll offer a chance to get a shower. Is everybody up?
Please.
Go ahead and get in that shower. Get that spray off of you. Stay up.
I can't breathe in the shower. I can't breathe.
You're not from my orders. You can't place when you minister again.
I'm sorry.
You can get showered.
I'm sorry.
Get that stuff off of you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go make sure. You see?
Please.
The offender is purposely sit down. He's sit down. He's on the floor. Y'all help him up to his feet. At this time, we're going to send this offender into his room, into his cell. What cell we got over there? Stand up. Put him in there. Slide him under the bunk. Slide him under the bunk. Remove the handcuffs from him.
Please.
All right. Somebody else start the movement. We remove the handcuffs at this time. The offender's on the floor. The time's approximately 16:23. Quit kicking your feet. Keep still. Until we leave the cell. Stay still. Until we leave the cell. We had a use of force on the offender. What's his name?
Savvy. Michael Savvy.
What?
Savvy.
Savvy? Offender Michael Savvy? And J-Pod? What exactly happened again?
He refused to go to the pod, trying to walk back towards Jayhawk, and I shut the door and just started passing.
Okay. The offender was being escorted back to his pod by Officer Brown through J hallway door. He refused to go. He tried to go back to J hall. Officer Brown shut the door, and offender Savvy started engaging in aggressiveness towards Officer Brown. They started wrestling down. They got him tackled in the triangle. He was escorted to medical after chemical agents being administered. LV and Venable conducted an assessment on him. He's been escorted back to L-Pod L1.